A Copa do Mundo de 70, nessa super faixa especial, chega hoje a sua decisão.
How Pele created the battle of Adidas and Puma. Before him, nobody was sure who is the greatest footballer of all time. But after Pele, everyone agreed who it was. His 1,279 goals in 1,363 games is recognized as a Guinness World Record. Pele's electrifying play and penchant for scoring spectacular goals made him a star around the world. He led Brazil to 3 World Cup football championships in 1958, 1962, and 1970. Loved by all, hated by none, this magician just left the world. There are stories attached to his name that you have not heard about. Pele's death has unearthed all kinds of stories about the football legend. One of the world's most famous athletes, and the only man to win 3 World Cups. He passed away on Thursday at 82 years old after fighting a lengthy battle with colon cancer. Pele was one of the first mainstream football stars in history, and the Brazilian star's image, widely considered the best of all time, transcended beyond the pitch. Everyone knows how Pele is considered one of the greatest players ever to grace the football pitch. But not many people know about Pele's story, known as the Pele Pact. So what exactly is the Pele Pact? The story started in 1924, when German brothers Adolf Dassler and Rudolf Dassler started a shoe company from their mom's laundry room. The company was called the Dassler Brothers Shoe Factory, and as the sole manufacturer of athletic shoes in Germany, the brothers soon hit it big. The company experienced early success, and sales rocketed when Adolf invented screw and spikes. The brothers then convinced sprinter Jesse Owens to wear them at the 1936 Olympics in Berlin, where Owens dominated in front of Hitler, winning 4 gold medals. Due to this, the sales exploded. This is where the story takes an exciting turn. As the company began to grow, the relationship between the Dassler brothers started to deteriorate. In 1943, American soldiers picked on Rudolf Dassler, accusing him of being a Waffen SS member, which was the military branch of the Nazi Party. Rudolf was certain that it was his brother who turned him in, and he was furious. So by 1948, the brothers had a falling out and broke up the Dassler Shoe Factory, each starting a sneaker company of their own on opposite sides of town. Adolf named his new company Adidas, which is a combination of his first and last name. Rudolf tried a similar concept with Ruda, but went with Puma. Despite splitting up and running their own successful businesses, the Dassler brothers became bitter rivals and refused to ever do business together again. The brothers swore to never do business with one another, and from there, it became a race to the top as the 2 men looked to outdo each other. But things changed in the late 1960s when the brothers buried the hatchet and began communicating again, all in the interest of self-preservation, and made a Pele Pact, an agreement that both companies would stay away from Pele, the most prominent sports star in the world, fearing a sponsorship negotiation could bankrupt both companies. Pele, at the same time, was the world's most famous athlete, and getting to him would have always been a problem due to his soaring popularity. With Pele rising to more heights after winning the World Cup for the first time in 1958, and athlete endorsements becoming immensely popular at the time, Adidas and Puma did the right thing, creating the Pele pact. It was decided by both brands that he was too expensive to get on board, so neither company would look to pursue him because a bidding war would bankrupt both companies. They had agreed that neither company would sign Pele. But in 1970, unfortunately for Adidas, Puma didn't exactly abide by the pact and played one of the smartest marketing plays of all time. Before a 1970 World Cup quarter-final match between Brazil and Peru, Puma approached Pele with a $120,000 offer, which in today's inflation is $1 million. As Pele approached midfield to tie his shoes, cameras zoomed in, and what was that millions of people realized all at once at that time? Pele was a Puma athlete. And Puma wanted to capture the moment on video. So to ensure they didn't miss the moment, they even allegedly paid the cameraman to ensure they got a close-up as the Brazilian striker tied the shoelaces. The historic moment came about following the feud between the brothers. The deal between Puma and Pele technically circumvented the Pele pact. So Adolf Dassler and Adidas were pissed. But Puma was unlikely to have cared as it went on to register record annual sales. This only deepened the sneaker war between Adidas and Puma. Pele became one of the greatest footballers in history, clearly not distracted by the whole ordeal as Brazil breezed past Peru 4-2 to progress to the semi-finals. They beat Uruguay 3-1 and swept aside Italy 4-1 in the final, with Pele scoring the opening goal. The legendary striker forever wrote his name in the record books by winning his third World Cup. The Pele-Puma partnership didn't come to an end with 70WC, and the deal was a smashing success for everyone involved. Today, even after 50 years of Puma secretly signing Pele, the citizens of their hometown, Hex-un-Hoha, take brand loyalty to new levels. Shopkeepers favor one brand and refuse to serve customers wearing the other. As they say, people don't forget. Ultimately, it shows what determination, ambition, creativity, and a hint of insecurity in a feud can push people to accomplish. In the end, Adidas and Puma became two of the biggest shoe sellers in the world, now multi-billion-dollar companies, and Pele became the greatest football player to ever step foot on the pitch. What do you think about the Pele pact between the Dassler brothers and Rudolf breaking it? Was Pele's intention just to do a simple endorsement, or was it to add fuel to the existing fire? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section below. As always, if you like the video, do subscribe to my channel for more interesting and controversial content on football. And if you wonder how Morocco managed to reach the semifinals of the World Cup because of one man, click here.